Hi, and welcome to our first video for our Art of Valor photography program, and it's all about learning to photograph your glass creations that you made, and we want you to be able to photograph them. We're going to keep this very simple. So the supplies you need are your smartphone, a simple backdrop, simple lighting setup, and Snapseed, which is a free Google app that you can use to edit your pictures. So let's get started with backgrounds. One of the easiest is to have this light shed. It creates a very even diffused light for your glass. They come in a variety of sizes, and you point the lights right through the material, and you can see how beautiful that looks. Very little glare, and you can put in different colors inside for different backdrops, a black or a white. This background is called Flow Tone, and this one happens to be a white to gray gradient. We have this here at the Morean Art Center, which is available for you to use. And this is a sweep, meaning that there's no angle in it. It's just a smooth sweep up, which gives a very nice look. And you can buy this in a variety of sizes from B&H Photo. A more affordable option is called Savage paper. It is a seamless paper, comes on a roll, a variety of lengths and width. I like to get the white, it's very thick, and you can roll it out and cut a piece off. So now let's talk about lights. I like to keep this very simple. You can go to any hardware store and pick up some basic clamp lights that you would use to work in the garage on a project. If you want to get a little more fancy and you're getting some big pieces out of the Hot Shop, this is a beginning light kit that you can order from Amazon or B&H. It has two great soft boxes, so you know that light bulbs come in a wide variety of shades now. So when you go to the hardware store, the boxes will say cool white, daylight, warm white. I stick with daylight white colors. I do have a couple of warm, but you want to make sure that you have the most beautiful light and that the color of your glass stands out and is accurate. Your beautiful piece of artwork, which is going to be photographed, needs to be clean. It's got your fingerprints all over it, and they will show up in your photographs. So get a microfiber cloth, some Windex or vinegar and water. So you've got your backdrop, your beautiful piece of glass, and some lights that are set up. Every piece of glass is different and is going to require different light. Here the light is coming from a little bit behind the glass. Here the light is coming directly above the glass, so you can just look at your shadows and see what you like best. There's no right or wrong answer. It's what works best for that piece of glass. So depending on the opacity and the color, you can do a lot of different things. Here you can see I've got two lights from the left and then just some white foam core on the right side, and that bounces the light back on the piece and eliminates a little bit of the shadow. Here you can see we have a funky glare right there on the front from the light bulbs, and that's going to happen depending on the shape and the opacity of your piece. So make sure that you move the lights around and get rid of the ugly glares. You're not going to be able to get rid of everything. So it's good to take time, as you can see here, moving the lights around. Where can you eliminate the most glare and have the most interesting photograph? So now we're going to talk about what angle you're shooting your photograph at. You want to make sure that the shape and design really stands out, so the angle at which you photograph is also important. You've made photographs, now we need to edit them. You always want to edit your pictures before you put them online or onto a website. I use Snapseed by Google. It is a free app that you can download for any smartphone. Once you learn some of the tools, you'll see how easy it is to use. It has a lot of options. So when you go into the tools, here are all your options. When you touch on one of these, other options will come up. On the top left, you see Tune Image. I use that. I also use the tool next to it where it says Details to sharpen up. I'll also use the brush tool and the cropping tool. And down at the bottom, you'll see text and frames. These are the options when you touch Tune Image. Make sure you don't do too much to the photo. You only are going to need small edits. Here I've added a white frame around the image, and with the text tool, I added a name to it, so you can put your name on it. And don't ask me who Freddie is, I just made that name up. So once you're finished editing your image, you're going to want to export it. So there's not a save button, you're going to hit the export button first. Once you hit export, I always save a copy. This way the original photo is still on your phone. You can go back and start again. The save a copy will be the new photo, and you can compare the two images to see if you really like it. Sometimes I do a little too much editing, I'll go back and start again. Honor the work that you've done in the hot shop, all the hours of learning to make that beautiful glass. So practice your skills. With very little money, you can set up your own studio at home to photograph your work, or join me in the studio here at the Morean Art Center. I look forward to seeing you all in the hot shop.